Yo, what up, YouTube? It's your boy Penny LS1 checking in real quick. Yeah, man, look, we're gonna get right to it today. As many of you guys know, at one point I had installed this Wilwood master cylinder. This is the typical one that most guys are running. I believe this is actually a universal type deal because I see this on a lot of vehicles, but this is what I had on the Monte Carlo. It is the 1.12 bore. It came with, or I chose it as a kit with the proportioning valve, which is this part right here, as many of you already know. And then it came with, I believe, this bracket. Wait, one of these, yeah, it came with this bracket. No, it was this one that mounted on the driver's side, but I actually bought this one to put it on the passenger side. Either way, I couldn't get this thing to work. I want y'all to take a look at something. You see how it's a one-piece unit, right? But you see how it's pretty much straight. When I was trying to bleed it, I barely got it to bench bleed, only because you're able to mount it like this in the vise to bench bleed it. But when you put it on the car, it mounts on the car like that. So let me show you something. I'll take you over here to the car. You will see how the GBody master cylinder mounts. And this was a kicker for me because I realized this pretty quick. So if you take a look, you see how when it mounts on an angle. But if you see, the reservoir has these steps and it's level. So this is level, but the mount is on an angle. That's crucial because when I had the Wilwood one on here, when I was trying to bleed the rear, I couldn't get the fluid to go through. All the fluid was running to this reservoir right here, which I believe this is for the front and this one's for the rear. But either way, all the fluid was running to the back. I could not get this thing to bleed out the lines in the car. I took it off, put the original one back on, and that was sometime October, I believe that was around October. So the original one works fine. I just wanted this one because of the way it looks. So this one will be for sale. If anybody's interested, I'll go ahead and show you the part numbers on this one, and then I'll show you what my solution is. And I'll show you the part number on that in case you're interested. So this is the universal prop valve. That's the part number for that. They may have changed the part number, but it comes in the same configuration. And the part number for this actual master cylinder is that right there. So like I say, this will be for sale. Check me out on Instagram at PennyLS1. I'll have it posted on there. So if anybody's interested, if you're local in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, I'll meet you at Summit Racing if you're interested to pick it up. If not, anywhere else, I'll ship it to you at your cost. So we'll go ahead and get this out the way. So here's the solution. See that part number right there? I saw this and I knew immediately that this was gonna solve my problem. So let me just get it out here. So that part number I showed you, that's for the entire kit. And inside of the kit is obviously the individual part numbers. So what this kit comes with is the same proportional valve. And like I said, I think they changed the part number because on this other one, I think it was 13190 and this one is 14248. So it's the same kit. I'll show you. So it does come with the proportional valve. It's got the bracket, all the hardware. And as you can see, it's the same. Now, like I say, this is for disc to disc. I still have drum brakes on my car, so I won't be using this yet, or I may not use it at all. I still have the factory disc to drum mounted on the frame rail. But this is where it makes this kit works for the GBody. This is the part number. So basically what this is, so this is just the body assembly. So what they mean by that, all this is basically the bottom portion, right? The reason it's called remote is because you can mount this on the master cylinder, but you can mount the reservoirs anywhere. But what Wilwood has done, I guess they must have heard everybody complaining, and I don't know if they heard me because I saw this kit right after I made my video. So part of this entire kit, this is the main piece right here. Part number right there. This is what makes this happen, okay? This was engineered specifically for the GBody, or probably many Chevy vehicles. So if you look at this, This reservoir goes here. This reservoir mounts in the front. I might be putting it on backwards. Hold on. I think I am. Hold on, y'all. Take that back. I'm sorry. This goes in the front. The big one goes in the front. So if you look at that, you see how it's angled now? So now when you mount it, this is flush. Let me take you over to the car and show you. It actually looks just like the stock one. Look at that. You see that? Problem solver. So it's going to mount like that, and the reservoirs are going to be perfectly straight. So the fluid, well, in this case, you don't have to worry about the fluid running anywhere because you have individual reservoirs. But it's basically made to look exactly like the original. So let me go ahead and I'm gonna mock it up, and then so y'all can see what it looks like. I already got my little drip pan there because you know that brake fluid is something else. So what you're gonna need, make sure you have one of these. Trust me, you do not want to be dealing with brake lines without a line wrench, as they call it, or a flare nut tool. And then the bolts on the booster is a 17 mil. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the lines off, and then we'll get the bolts on the booster off. Somebody asked me what's the advantage of using this master cylinder, the Wilwood. Honestly, my response was, honestly, I don't think there is one. If there is, somebody respond in the comments if you know. I just straight told them that, man, I just wanted it because of the way it looks. Where my towel? Oh, it's down there. So I was honest with them. I was like, look, man, I really don't know. I just didn't want the original one. I mean, you can get a new one of these. See how this one's all yellow? You can get a new one, and it'll be white, transparent white. But everything in my engine bay is black and aluminum, so I just wanted that. When I saw this one right here that I'm getting ready to put on, I knew then. I was like, yeah. I'm about to go ahead and get it. So let me get these nuts off. These lines, by the way, are new. These are the proportional valve to the master cylinder lines. I actually got the whole kit from inline tube. So it came with the line that goes all the way to the rear. It came with both lines that goes to the soft lines on the front, and then this line right here, the little squiggly line. I still have the other one in the box. I haven't hooked up the one that goes to the rear yet. I'll probably do that whenever I decide to put my disc brakes on. I probably should have some gloves on. Actually, let me get some gloves. The fluid's already dripping, but I do have a towel down on my frame because, as you know, this brake fluid will tear up it will eat through your paint if you don't get it off, and sometimes you don't know it dripped until your paint starts bubbling. Ask me how I know. So we'll get that off. It's gonna drip. That's okay. And also, while I'm doing this today, I'm just gonna do a mock-up. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna repaint my booster, and I'll show you why in a minute. But I was careless when I was frustrated trying to bleed these. So some fluid actually got on the booster. I didn't know it until, like I say, the paint started bubbling up. So now that I found what I want, what's gonna work, I'm gonna go ahead and repaint the booster. See, I can't even set this on my core support because it's got brake fluid on it. So we got the lines off. We'll let it drip for a little bit, no big deal. And then we'll take our 17 millimeter to remove the nuts on the booster. Now I will get new nuts when I put this new one on, but these are 17 mil nut, and then it's got it looks like a lock washer, or maybe just be it's a lock washer. And this drip pan here, and move off to the side. Stick this in my pocket. And I'll show you real quick. And that's just gonna soak through that towel. Stick these in my pocket. And I'm just gonna go ahead and take this off. And we'll set this in my drip bucket and move it out to the side. I'll pour it out, I'll drain it later. And like I said, we're just doing a mock-up. But let me show you this real quick. You can see those runs? That's brake fluid that got on there. I wiped it off, but it was, I don't know, it was too late, so it pretty much etched the paint. So I'll get that repainted. But now, like I said, we're just gonna do a mock-up so y'all can see what this looks like. And I'm gonna bleed it tomorrow, tonight, and then I'll probably try to put it on and get it all fully bled. After I paint that, we're just gonna slide this on. Now you do have to put that little rod in there, but like I said, we're just doing a mock-up. Oh, I forgot to put my fittings on there. Hold on, y'all. There's 2 fittings. Matter of fact, let me show you. 2 fittings actually that you need to use to convert. So I actually have them on here already. These 2 right here. And then they have crush washers. So I'm gonna use these since the new ones that came with it, I'm gonna package with this for whoever buys this. I'll have new ones. So I'm gonna take this. What size were these? I don't remember. I had to get some leverage. I mean, I know I put them on there pretty tight, but dang, I wonder if I should put new washers on there. I think I will when I install it. So anyway, so you have to put these on there so that the brake lines will fit in here with the flare. So let's go back over to the car. I mean, you can't tell me that don't look clean. Just looking at it like that, look at that. Yeah. So these fittings go over here to mount the brake lines. And on the opposite side, it just has some plugs so that the fluid doesn't come out on that side. Matter of fact, I should have grabbed those. Grab those too. All right, so this is what the plugs look like. It's just a bolt with a crush washer, and they go right here. So that way you have the flexibility of mounting the lines on either side, and you can just plug the side that you're not going to be using. I wish these were black, but I'm pretty sure I can find some. So then we just put the lines in. Let me bring you in on this side so you can see it close. All right, so like I said, then you just stick these in there. Oh, I forgot to put the bolts on. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me snug. All right, and then we'll just go ahead and, like I said, it's just for mock-up purposes only. In retrospect, when you're doing it, the reservoirs will be on there because it'll already have fluid in it. Now, it does have O-rings that go on here before you set the reservoir on there. I'll show that to you here in a minute. But I'm not going to put those on. And I just want to get these started. Come on, baby. You don't want to get them cross-threaded. These are aluminum. I think I remember having a hard time getting these on last time. Okay. Shouldn't be that hard, but it is. Didn't get it on there, right? There we go. All right. So we just got it snugged up. There's fluid in these lines, but it's all ran down now, so shouldn't be leaking out. But I'm gonna just snug it up till it bottoms out. Come on, man. That's the right size. All right. So let me grab that O-ring real quick. I want to show you. So these are the clamps. These right here, they clamp around this, and there's an O-ring, if you can see it. There's an O-ring in there that goes around this lip right here. And then you put the clamp on, well, you put this on. Well, you put the clamp on, and then you slide this on, and then you can tighten it up. That's how it's supposed to seal, so, but it goes on like that. Wait, did it wrong. Like this, and like that. And that's pretty much it. I mean, that looks way better than the factory, obviously, but it also, in my opinion, looks better. So y'all tell me, which one looks better? That one? Or that one? I choose this one. and it actually just blends in too. It doesn't even look like an aftermarket unit. So get your closer up look. But yep, so this is what we're gonna roll with. But like I said, I'm gonna repaint the booster with the hot rod satin black single stage before I bleed it and get it all final installed. So I just wanted to show y'all that. So if y'all have any questions, let me know. This works better in my opinion. It fits better. The reservoirs are level, so when you're bleeding it, you won't have the issue like I had with that other one. And like I said, the other one is for sale. I will post it on, so if you're watching this video, it's already on Instagram. So it will be the master cylinder as well as the proportioning valve kit with the bracket. I'll just put the standard bracket in there, and it's gonna come with all the lines and everything that it came with to hook it up as it normally would. All that's gonna come with this. Got the lid and the little rubber seal. So let me know if y'all interested, man. Holla at your boy. Check me out on Instagram. Thank you for your support. I appreciate everybody. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when I'm dropping these videos. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Penny LS1. Holla at your boy.